Hi, everybody. Hello. I know it's the worst thing we can do is have you get your lunch, sit at a table, and then make you turn this way, and have you turn around 180 degrees and not get a chance to talk to your table mates. But I promise you, you're going to get a lot of time to talk to your table mates over the next hour. But before we do that, I wanted to just share a few things with you. So first of all, those of you who were in the room yesterday for lunch may notice it's even fuller today, and I am just delighted with that because we are now gathered here today, 350 participants from 32 countries, from China to Ghana to India. A remarkable collection of people, in addition to the nearly 250 members of the Aspen Global Leadership Network, and I should say that's 250 out of 1,600 fellows in 46 countries around the world. In addition to the 250 who are able to be with us today, we have brought in some new people who I can already tell are adding new energy and enthusiasm to our convening. We have in the room with us today, I wanted to share a few of those who are here. And I know we have many trustees of the Aspen Institute here, and I apologize because you're probably putting a fork in your mouth right now. But could I ask the trustees of the Aspen Institute to please stand up? And there are trustees and there are trustees because among the trustees who are here today is Linda Resnick and her husband Stuart Resnick. And none of us would be here without the generosity of Linda and Stuart Resnick. Linda and Stuart, I was going to have 32 languages delivering thank you, but we'll actually get that to you in an email later if that's okay. But thank you. Thank you so much for making this possible. We also, in this room today, not coincidentally, have our Resnick scholars from the Central Valley of California. May I ask you to please stand as well as we welcome you to this great event. My wife Denise and I had an opportunity to go out to the Central Valley with Linda and her team. Noemi and Emily, where are you? Can you just stand? I know you're in here somewhere. Noemi, Emily, there you are. We had a great opportunity, I guess a few months ago when Denise and I were in LA to go out and to meet these wonderful fellows from the Central Valley. They're doing incredible work in healthcare, in rebuilding the schools, in childcare, in agriculture. It's just remarkable to see what they're doing in an area that badly needs great entrepreneurs, and so it's terrific to see their work. And really, Linda and Stuart, I mean, I think the work that you're doing in that Central Valley is just remarkable. And we're all going to have an opportunity in an interview that Walter will be doing this evening in the Greenwald Pavilion to hear a bit more of your thinking, Linda, about why it is you're focused on this, why are you so passionate about it, and to hear more of the details, and we very much look forward to that. Thank you. Good. So we also have a number of people joining us from the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women, 10,000 Small Businesses program, and I want to point out Dina Powell right here in the front of the room. Dina, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your support of this great event. So Dina, could you stand as well as those members of the 10,000 Women, 10,000 Small Businesses program? This is another great group you want to make sure to meet. I mean, I sat in yesterday in a small reception where I had a chance to hear from each of them about the great work they're doing, and it ranges from providing healthy meals in our school system to setting up an interactive map to track with data the incidence of breast cancer, to figure out are there certain places that are hot spots for that, and what can be done to mobilize policy and support to that great work. And so please take the time to get to know these people. They're just doing terrific work. I think we have a few people here from the Echoing Green Foundation. Is that right? Some Echoing Green fellows? Can I ask you to stand? Are we here? Yes, we are. I thought so. And of course, the Echoing Green Foundation was set up by Henry Crown Fellow Cheryl Dorsey, and many Henry Crown Fellows I know are involved in that, as well as advisors as well. We have participants from Visa, another sponsor of this event, and could I ask them to please stand? Coming in from Singapore, it's a long way, and you got your head up, and but also doing some great work. Visa's doing some really interesting work around financial accessibility, and so how do they use their payment system to make sure that everyone, everywhere, can transfer funds and get access to funds. It's great work, and that'll be part of one of our workshops. The Aspen Institute and Visa have a long working relationship, doing some custom seminar work with the leadership team of Visa, and we'll be joined tomorrow by Antonio Lucio, who is now the Chief Strategy Officer at Visa, a great soul, so I'm looking forward to you all to meet him. We have, well, last night many of us were dancing on the property of the Chapmans. I'm not sure they're with us or not today. Are you all here? Bob and Cynthia, I'm not sure you're here, but we have representatives, I think, from the Barry Waymiller Company, and even if, are they here? Because even if they're not, there you are, please stand, of course, it's great to see you. And thank you for what I think may have been the best party ever in the history of the Aspen Institute, I have to say. We have members of a great Aspen Institute fellowship program called the First Movers Fellows that is, I think, a fascinating program. There are lots of people working away in the heart of great companies, trying to get these companies to think not just about profitability, but about social value. It's often a lonely job. And so we decided to create a network of these people so that they could come together, draw support and sustenance and energy, and by the way, strategy from one another so that they could do more and more impactful work. The Aspen Institute called the Ascend Fellows, and they are working on issues of intergenerational poverty. And may I ask the Ascend Fellows to please stand. We have participants from Aspen, Romania, Aspen, Spain, Aspen, Ukraine, Aspen, France. May I ask you to please stand as well? Welcome. We're delighted to have you here. There are many, many, many others joining us here today. Many of you are sitting at the table with them. Please get to know them. I wish I could name you all, but in fact, it's 60-some people who have joined us today, and we're just delighted to have you here. As I said, we can already feel the energy. So, again, you're eating lunch, but I think it's important that we digest as we have lunch, and so we're going to have a little bit of informational aerobics. I'm going to ask you to stand. Oh, by the way, before I move on, we also have a great, I'm seeing Jonathan right here, and so I'm reminded, we have a great group of people here from New Orleans, and we're just delighted to welcome you all here. May I ask the New Orleans crew to stand? And these range from people who are sitting on the City Council of New Orleans to Andrea Chen, who is doing great work, created an organization called Propeller, a business accelerator situated in the Broadmoor neighborhood. We have LaToya Cantrell. Where are you, LaToya? Please stand. LaToya Cantrell, who was one of the heroes of the Broadmoor neighborhood after Hurricane Katrina, has done so much to rebuild that neighborhood, now sitting on the City Council doing heroic work alongside Rodel Fellow Kristen Palmer, who's right over here. I hope you all met yesterday. We have Tim Williamson, who created Idea Village, which is drawing upon all the entrepreneurial energy and bringing in more talent to help New Orleans rebuild itself. And then I got started on this because of Jonathan Ferreira, who I bumped into in one of my wife and my 25th journey, I think, to the New Orleans Jazz Festival. Jonathan is an artist. He is a gallery owner, he is an art dealer, but more than that, he is a social activist. And he is using his art to create conversation, which of course is what art is for, around important social issues. He's going to be launching a very important exhibition that I'm hoping we can bring to Aspen, where he is taking reclaimed guns from the police force that the police have taken off the streets of New Orleans, giving them out to artists and asking them to create pieces around that. And they'll be situated around the city, and the goal is to create a conversation about what's going on with guns and crime in New Orleans. So Jonathan, congratulations on all you're doing, and welcome. I'm sure I've left a few of you out, but I'm going to keep us moving. But again, welcome to all of you. So a little bit of informational aerobics. I'm going to ask you to please stand if you have traveled over 7,500 miles to get here. Please stand. I'd say that's pretty darn remarkable. Thank you. How about if you've traveled over 5,000 miles? Please stand. That includes the prior category. So if you have traveled more than 5,000 miles to get here, are you now debating how far it is? I know Johannesburg is 9,646 miles from Aspen. I did my homework. So if you've traveled more than 5,000 miles, please stand. So, I know there are people who've traveled 3,000, 1,000, and some who've traveled 2 miles to get here. You're all welcome. But those of you who traveled in here and had flight delays, please stand. Those of you who traveled in here and your luggage did not arrive with you, please stand. They're the ones wearing the same shirt as yesterday, you've noticed. Please stand if this is your very first time at the Aspen Meadows here at the Aspen Institute. Welcome. Please stand if your work involves you in the field of education anywhere in the world. Wow. Please stand if your work involves you in the field of technology. Please stand if you are moderating a mini seminar session for the Aspen Leaders Action Forum. And please stand if you're moderating one of our interactive roundtables. And the last one, and I'm hoping this is a big number, don't let me down here, please stand if you've already made an action pledge for the Aspen Leaders Action Forum. The fact is, this is the Action Forum and it's about action. And we're hoping that everybody, in fact, will make an action commitment to help to prod you along. Of course, we have the campus decorated with banners all around and about people who've already made their pledges, including Jonathan talking about what he's going to be doing with his art. We've asked people at registration to give us what their action pledges might be. We've created an action wall, in fact, 2 of them, one that is just up the hill here to our left, one over by the Greenwald Pavilion where we're going to be tonight. Our hope is that everybody will pick up a marker pen and put down their action pledge on the action wall. We want to collect all of these. And again, our goal is action for the whole event. We've really received an overwhelming response in terms of the action pledges we've received, and I think there's no better way to kick off this portion of the Aspen Leaders Action Forum than by hearing a few of these pledges from the very people who made them.
My name is John Dacey, and I have the privilege of being the superintendent of schools for the Los Angeles Unified School District. And my action pledge is to increase the graduation rate of every single high school by more than 70% in the next 3 years, because we know that in most of our cities, if it's not graduation, it'll be incarceration.
My name is Alicia Hickson, and I'm the director of the Lost Hills Family Resource Center in California's Central Valley. My action pledge is that I will empower youth in California's Central Valley to increase the size of their civic footprint.
My name is Lin. I run a creative agency called Jellimon, based in Beijing and Shanghai. My action pledge is I want to raise sustainability awareness in urban cities in China. Thank you.
My name is Elizabeth Galante, and I'm Executive Director of Energy Efficiency and Education at Posigen. My action pledge is that I'm going to bring energy security to at least 10,000 low-income families in Louisiana by the year 2020.
My name is David Kawa. I'm the founder and CEO of Equip GRC. It's a company dedicated to address governance, risk management, and compliance challenges in Tanzania. My action pledge is I will develop and implement credit reporting system to enhance access to finance in Tanzania.
My name is Madhu Uday, and I run the design store called Earthen Symphony in Bangalore. My action pledge is that I will empower unskilled young mothers through employment in Bangalore. Thank you.
Walter, you're on.
I'm Walter Isaacson, the CEO of the Aspen Institute. And since I get to go last, I'm going to make a couple of pledges. First of all, we're going to make a pledge that this type of group that helps us lead thought into action, we're going to create a new theme at the Aspen Institute, which is ideas into action. Things that come up at our Ideas Festival and other programs, we're going to try to use this to turn things into action. And very specifically, coming out of Ideas Festival, General McChrystal and Admiral McMullen and others said that every kid in America should have the opportunity and the expectation to engage in national service. So we're going to start some national service corps, perhaps with your help. A National Service Corps for Financial Literacy, one for legal aid, one for the Baltimore City area, and one for conservation. And already people who have been here, younger people have stepped up and said, I'm going to do Climb for America, where climbers help bring inner city kids to climb. So we hope we can start a whole lot of national service corps. And also my pledge to you is that this is the future of the Aspen Institute, this room here. And every year, we hope to get you all back and help us turn ideas into action. Thank you all very much. Peter?
Thank you, Walter. I am actually moved to make my own action pledge. Denise, don't gulp. But I'm going to be using the next year working with Watanan Petersik and working with Skip Battle and working with one of our China Leadership Fellows, David Su, with Margot Pritzker to create the Southeast Asia Leadership Initiative, and I want to get that off the ground. Okay, so the Action Forum is all about participation. I think I mentioned yesterday, but I've not told our guests. In fact, 212 of you here in the room are playing active roles in this forum as moderators, as lead discussants, as workshop recipients, and more. But we want this lunch to be participatory as well. And so we're going to have a bit of an icebreaker. You notice that you were assigned to tables. We have this incredible algorithm that we use to assign you to your tables. But what we'd like you to do is to take the next, Tom, how long are we going to take? Tom, 30 minutes? To take the next 30 minutes to have a conversation at your table. And the question we'd like you to address is, who is the leader who has inspired you the most? And why? I'll be back in 30 minutes. Thanks.